Hello and welcome to my thoughts on Tekken 4 10 years on. Tekken 4 originally came to the arcade machines in 2001, but it didn't make its way to PlayStation 2. I was going to say consoles, and it was only on PlayStation 2 until 2002. It was March 2002 in Japan and September for Europe and North America. The only new game mode was training. It was a game mode where you have to complete your character's moves in a certain, well, not a certain amount of time. You have to do it as fast as you could. And they also brought Tekken Force back, which was one of my favourite modes in Tekken 3. And it was my favourite mode in this game as well. I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. And there wasn't really no story to it. It was just about taking on a load of opponents and getting the best score you could in each stage. There's 4 stages in total. And there's a boss at the end of each stage, like it was in Tekken 3. The only real change was obviously the graphics. That's because the original Tekken 3 was on PlayStation 1 and Tekken 4 was on PlayStation 2. But there was more movement because in Tekken Force in Tekken 3, I believe you could only sidestep and go left, well, forward and backwards, and there was no movement like this. But it still is very linear. It's sort of set to where you have to go. I think in this level you could choose a different path, but the majority of it you pretty much had to follow the route put out for you. It kind of is similar to what's in Tekken 6 in the story mode in there. Oh, it's the campaign mode, I think it's called. I haven't played Tekken 6 quite a while. And this was actually one of the lowest scoring Tekkens according to the research I did on it, which kind of shocked me a little bit because this was personally one of my favourites. I loved how they did the environments, like you could boot people into stuff and that kind of thing. The roster on this one was very small actually. Mind you, that's comparing to Tekken 5 and 6, which had quite a huge roster, and Tekken Tag Tournament, which is the game that came out before it, but that's because it was a compilation of Tekken 1, 2 and 3. And ladies and gentlemen, we have found Waldo. It's kind of weird because he's called Wally over here, but I thought that was quite, funny. And there was a character later on, an enemy called Frisk the something, and it actually sounded like it wanted you to frisk something. It just sounded a bit silly. There's some really quite silly names in this actually. I personally like this level. I don't know what it is about this level I just do. But it is a very hard level, so that's why I'm using Jin at the moment, because he's a character I felt quite confident in completing this level with. though I actually didn't. And the great thing about Jin, though, for me, is he's got, well, it's a good thing for me because I don't have to remember a lot of moves, but he had a very small move set in this one. I think he had 48 moves in total. Kazuya wasn't the only character they did bring back. They brought Lee, not Lee, I think it's not the LEI one, the cop, the one with the white hair. Last time he was in a Tekken game was Tekken 2, but he was in Tekken Tag Tournament as well. But they brought most of the original characters you come to expect back. I'm now going to go through the arcade, well, it's actually called story mode. It is similar to arcade mode, but they give you like a little prologue. I don't want to be King and I don't want to be Jin. I'm trying to think who to be. I'm going to be Nina for a change. I've been King in my Tekken Tag Tournament video and I've been Jin, so I didn't really want to be. You've got like a little story setting up the character. And then you get one at the end, and then you get an ending video like you always did. It was some very nice artwork actually, how they drew all the things. Oh, we got Kazuya straight off.
Time to die.
I love how they come up with the backstory that oh no, that was in Tekken 3, because it's kind of weird that you see Kazuya looking really, well, looking older, and some of the characters that they sort of brought back that were from the first two games, obviously looking older, but I think in Tekken 3 they come up with this story that Nina was put into like frozen and put to sleep or something, and that's why she looks so young. I think they killed King off and brought one of his orphans, because he used to look after an orphanage, I think. And they brought one of his orphans back as King. I think they did the same with Armoured King as well.
Final round. Fight.
I actually love how they've done it. It just looks so amazing. I know we've got the graphics we've got today, but still it does look really amazing to me, seeing that water. I think that was another favourite thing of mine, is just the visuals really shocked me. But I didn't get my PlayStation 2 till Christmas of 2002. I actually got this game for my birthday in 2003. I did want it for Christmas because I knew I was getting well, I asked for one. I didn't know if I was going to get it, but luckily I did. This level kind of does show off the environment a little bit. When I say that, I don't mean like the surroundings. You actually can see the environmental damage is what I meant. Yeah, I was trying to do some move and it didn't really work because I forgot all the moves, and I didn't really want to bring the command list up during the fight because it kind of would have ruined it a little bit, I felt. Another new addition to the game was you could save your replays. I do have some saved actually from 2003. Because I think I deleted my save file because I had to unlock some of the characters again. And there was a lot of characters actually, well, I'll say a few characters missing, I think, from Tekken 3. No, I'm just trying to think. The only characters they sort of left out were like, yeah, this Jack wasn't in this one actually, because he was called Gunjack in Tekken 3 if I'm correct. And they took him out. Eddie Gordo is still in, but he's only like a character when you press a certain button on Christie. I think that's the only two that were missing that were in Tekken 3. I could be wrong on that. I mean, like characters like Gon, I didn't expect to make a return, even though I thought he was quite a funny character. And if you don't know what Gon is, he was a little orange dinosaur in Tekken 3. He wasn't nothing special, but he was just a funny little character. I think everybody that was in Tekken 3 pretty much made a return. I can't think of anybody other than Eddie and Jack that didn't make an appearance. Though Eddie did, as I said, as a costume. Though I think he does have a story, actually. I could be wrong on that. I'm sure I'll think of somebody later and I'm thinking, oh, I missed them out. The only characters that were new were Marduk, Steve Fox, and Christy, I think. I can't think of any more. Well, when I actually say Tekken characters from Tekken 3 that didn't return, they didn't bring back Forest Law. Instead, they brought Martial Law, which was from Tekken 1 and 2, if I'm correct. That move there is probably why Law doesn't make that screaming noise. It's in a lot of fighting games where there's a sort of character. I think in Dead or Alive, I can't think of the guy's name. I haven't played Dead or Alive in such a long time. But he did that noise as well. Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat does as well. So I shouldn't really take the mick. I didn't actually realise I set it to be timed like I did in my Tekken Tag Tournament look back.
Spirits, give me strength.
Final round. Fight.
I actually found out that I didn't realise that this game was actually 10 years old. It was just that I happened to was going through all my old PlayStation 2 games over the weekend, and I just happened to notice it said 2002 on the box art. Well, I think it says 2003 actually, and I thought, I'm sure that came out in 2002 because I remember seeing some screenshots on the internet when I was at school, because I probably shouldn't have been looking at it, but I thought I can't remember what we were doing. I just remember looking at it. I was looking at, probably when I should have been doing work, I was looking at the internet. But I remember seeing it and thinking, oh, that looks amazing. And that's probably why I wanted a PlayStation 2, to be honest. This is the very last battle. I like how they've done this. They do like a little intro. And they send Heihachi down the ramp. Oh no, he's wearing that costume. Me and my sister used to have a very, well, I'd say it's a bit childish, but it was a very funny nickname. We used to call him Grandad Nappy Rash, because that's what they called that over here. I know they're called diapers in America, but it did look like a nappy, so that's why we called him it. I love how he said, let's see what you've got. I think we've just seen what he's got, and I really didn't want to. I really shouldn't admit, because I think this is, I'm not actually sure though, I think it's some traditional Japanese thing. My fighting gear. I don't really know too much about it. I didn't really want to look it up because I was a bit worried what I might find. So yeah, I don't mean to offend anybody. It's just me having a little joke. Ooh. Should we do it again? Oh, I have to do it again. I was about to lose. And that's all that's left now is to show you Nina's I think it's epilogue and her ending video. That's pretty much all. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully you'll join me for other videos that I've got coming up. I think the next one I'm going to be doing is Kingdom Hearts. So thank you very much for watching.
Please! Look out!
Thanks.